about a few different Love After Lockup updates that I've been wanting to talk about. First, starting off with someone we haven't talked about in a hot minute, and that is Branwin. So Branwin, she was with YOLO, that guy we saw on the show last time we seen her. And then YOLO ended up going to prison, and he was sentenced to a 5-year prison sentence. So Branwin wasn't trying to wait around no 5 years. So she moved on, and she's been dating this dude named Anthony Willis. And she's actually been dating him for a while now, because I've been wanting to talk about this for months now, but every single time I do an update video, I forget about this. She changed her employment on Facebook, and it says she's now a front desk agent at a hotel that is owned by the Marriott. So, I mean, if she's working a legit job, good for her. I did try to see if I could find her, on the adult sites, and I couldn't find her, still selling her body. If she's working a legit job, good for her. And her man that she's with does have a criminal history, but he has not gotten any trouble in quite a while. So here's her boyfriend's criminal history. The last time he was in trouble was in 2018. So it's been over 6 years since he was last in trouble. And it was just a misdemeanor that he got in trouble for back then. He does have a felony from 2003 and a misdemeanor and infraction from 99. And he has one, what it looks like, parole violation or probation violation from back in 2018. But it seems like since then, he's been a free man and managed to stay out of trouble. So I just want to give that short little update on Branwin. A few weeks ago, Kristianna is now out of jail and in a halfway house. And she finally posted on her social media this picture. And it looks like she got one of those piercings. I can't remember what they're called, but the piercing you get right here at the top of your lips, like between your nose and lips. I think that's a septum. I don't even know. But she says, living the dream clean. Now let's talk about Maurice. So Maurice and Mandy, it appears that they have been split up for at least a few weeks now. She's staying with her friend Cash, and it looks like Maurice is back staying at the place that he shared with Mandy. And she's been posting all these sad songs, and he's been posting all these videos and pictures begging for Mandy back. Mandy and Maurice both actually had court today, so I'm curious to see the outcome of that. But usually early on in a case, at the early on court dates, it usually seems like not much happened. And Maurice the other day actually posted that wetv has reached out to him allegedly. He says, about time y'all finally reach out. I'm ready for it though. Then he tags Life After Lockup and Love After Lockup. And it makes it sound like he's going to be coming back for Life After Lockup. I'm not going to lie, that's what I originally thought. But then I did see someone point out that they're probably just going to come back for Where They Now segment. And I think that makes perfect sense, because it was this time last year that they're doing filming with the cast members. It was between May and August of last summer that they're filming the segments, because I talked to a few of the cast members, and it's that time of the year for them to start filming for this next season. It's officially May. And last year they had Jessica on the Where They Now segment, and Jessica claimed they tried to reach out to Maurice, but Maurice said he didn't want to do it at the time. But I feel like they're reaching out to him now because they probably got word that one of them, I think it was Maurice or maybe it was Jessica, one of them finally did file for divorce, and they have a court date on the 14th to try to get the ball rolling on that. So I'm sure wetv is going to want to set something up after that court date on May 14th to get all the tea on the divorce. And I'm sure they've heard that Mandy and Maurice are allegedly having issues, and they probably want the tea on that too. Back in the day when Deontay used to go live, I used to reshare his lives that I felt like had tea that was worth listening to on my channel. But there was a live, and I shared certain clips from the live where he was exposing the network. And apparently the production got a hold of that video and sent him a thumbnail and said, look, what you said in this live is against your contract. And Deontay shared some things, and Angela from Love After Lockup, she commented and she shared some things. Okay, so this is the producer saying, "Hi there, it's in your best interest to remove this video from your page. It's a breach of your contract. Thanks." And then Deontay is pretty much saying, "Look, this is from the fallout from the show I made when I was basically censored for finally sticking up for myself with the producers from the show. As a matter of fact, I was made to take down an entire live video because I finally snapped and spoke my mind." I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like this might have been the video where he was claiming that like text messages they were putting on the screen were not Deontay, and he felt like they were making these text messages sound a certain way to make him sound clingy and like a simp. And many of you may remember how he somehow got a hold of like some production like schedule for the day, and it said like Deontay and the character they were allegedly trying to make him into, and it described him as needy and something else, but it wasn't good. Okay, so here's another message. So this is just Deontay responding to the producers. He said, "That's fine. I'm not really okay, but I guess it doesn't really mean anything. I'm not happy at all with any of this, and I know it doesn't make a difference one way or the other, but that's just how I feel. I feel like I've been taken advantage of and had my real feelings and emotions exploited for 3 straight seasons, now in the name of television rating. I'm basically being painted to look broke, weak, soft, and pathetic as humanly as possible." I will pull up the rest of his responses so you guys can read them if you want to, but let me look at these last few screenshots he did share with Angela's response and the producer's response. My response, and to be honest, the response back to me was and will always be some complete BS. Those people don't give a damn about anyone's mental health. They never have, and that's just a PR response at its finest right there. So Deontay pretty much gets everything off his chest, how he feels. The producer said, "I understand. It's a lot to put yourself and your life out there. I'm just worried about your mental health and want you to know that that comes first." And so when Angela saw this, she slid into the comments, and this is what she had to say. You know, the infamous scene that we all know Angela for, the steak or BJ scene when she's riding home with Tony in the car from prison saying, "What do you want first, a steak or BJ?" Angela said that iconic phrase or that iconic quote that we all know her by, that wasn't her own quote. She said that was fed to her by production. So Angela said the steak or the BJ wasn't my words. They got put in my mouth and it ruined my career, so I understand your frustration. He gives 0 Fs about our future, our careers, our mental health, or anything else. Honestly, I feel like he shut me off the show due to my political views, but that's just me speculating. He portrayed me as some needy female, and I'm the farthest thing from that. Any man, free man or locked up, ain't got ish I need, but he wanted me to appear desperate. It's all BS. And Deontay responded and said 100% fam. Also, just a quick note while we're talking about Deontay. So when Nicole was dancing, she was working at this club called Mermaids, and now Deontay's girl is staying in Virginia by him, and she's working at the old club that Nicole used to work at, and all of Nicole's ex-employees. And I guess they're all telling her stories about Nicole, but I just thought that was interesting that she's working the same place that Nicole used to work at. So we talk about Curtis like once every few months. He is the I wouldn't call boyfriend, but, you know, Kevin and Tiffany's storyline on Love After Lockup, he was the guy that tried to pick Tiffany up from rehab, and Kevin knocked him out. And thank God Tiffany did not choose this man, because since he was on the show, his life has been spiraling. It has been one thing after another. Every few months, we're talking about him either losing all his stuff again, like he lost all his stuff when this couple stole everything allegedly from him as soon as he got off the show, like right after his season aired, and he tried to start a GoFundMe, and he's had his truck stolen several times, a trailer stolen, and I think he got his truck back. I'm not sure what happened with the trailer, if he got that back or not. Apparently this man just got his truck back after getting it stolen, and now he's already got the truck towed. And now he's begging people on Facebook to help him come up with money to get his truck off the lot that it's towed at. And it's been there since, how long has it been there? It doesn't say how long it's been there. He says, my truck is still in the impound. If anyone that still loves me can loan me the rest of the tow bill, I would pay it back with interest. I use my truck solely for work, so I can't lose it. I've lost enough. If you can't help me, I'm at Denny's towing off Cary Street in Fort Worth. Message me. Don't get on here bashing me either. I'm trying to take back control of my life. Just one thing after another with this man. But I mean, hopefully he gets his truck back. You know, I don't wish bad on anybody, especially if he's using it for work. But this man has got to stop hanging around the crowd he's hanging with, because it's one thing after another. Either you got to change your environment and the people you're hanging with, because you can't expect to hang around the same people and expect different. But let me know what you guys think about all these updates in the comments below. What are you thinking about this season of Love During Lockup so far? It's definitely starting off slow, but I'm hoping that Candace is going to be getting out in the next week or two, and that'll make things more interesting. But give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, check out my lashes and cosmetics at AccordingtoAmber.com, and thank you guys so much for watching.